What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and I'm sick and tired of things. I'm sick and tired of having the narrative about myself and my fellow YouTube channels in this space be dictated by some weirdos on Twitter. Many people have been following this channel and have seen that this small group of morally bankrupt, awful human beings have been successful in creating a narrative that my channel and other channels are just the worst possible thing. They've been able to get Team YouTube's attention and get videos taken down, strikes applied to channels. They've been able to get the mainstream media's attention, impending hit pieces from Wired magazine, and they've been able to get the attention of massive Twitter losers with hundreds of thousands of followers to signal boost verifiable lies. And I'm done with it. Now, a lot of people have told me, you got to assume, you got to assume, you got to assume. As someone who's been through a suit, you have to look at, how do I say this? If the person on the other side of the suit has nothing to take, you're spending tens of thousands of dollars for a moral victory. That doesn't feel like a moral victory. You can't ruin someone's life whose life is already terrible. Am I supposed to take their case of cat food that they share with their 9 cats and 6 roommates for dinner each night? Am I supposed to take the candle that they use to light their living rooms and heat that said cat food for dinner at night? There's not a lot of point. There's no point in going after with somebody with nothing to take. And also, these cases are extraordinarily difficult to prove. Their targeted harassment campaigns and spreading of lies, for me in particular, they have to have a negative effect first before you can prove anything. You have to have damages before you can prove anything in court. Now, there are YouTubers who have been on the receiving end of damages to their brand, damages to their YouTube channels in the way of taking down videos, and they're going to need to consider whether or not they want to take it all the way. We have all these people's information. We certainly could. But I thought there was maybe a little better way to go about things. So, behind the scenes, I've been working with Bill and leveraging my connections. And I now have a meeting with YouTube. It was going to be this morning, but because I want some more time to prepare, we're going to do it Friday. And on Friday, I have 30 minutes of nearly a half dozen YouTube employees' time. And I will be laying out a lot of things. But here's the real, here's, I think, the point of the meeting. The point of the meeting isn't to go in there like Charlie Day with like red lines strung above everything, Sig hanging out of my mouth saying, oh, okay, so these people are, actually these people, and they're doing this. I'm going to lose them immediately. Okay? You're going to lose them immediately. What you need to do, and I've spent plenty of time talking to people who are more interested in social justice opinions than actual justice, is I need to establish first and foremost that my channel is extraordinarily open and welcoming, and that I support. I'm super anti bad things, which I am, of course. My channel is inclusive, and I love everybody. That's what I need to establish first and foremost. Second, I'm going to be talking about a number of things, not just the people behind this deplatforming campaign, but going all the way back to my experience with Zombie Kills and how her campaign got YouTube employees involved. This is very concerning. When I have YouTube employees commenting on threads that are attacking my sponsors that are trying to deplatform me, now I've got a major problem. I'm always going to have people that don't like my content. But the fact of the matter is, a lot of these people are former or current TDS sufferers with a desperate need for an enemy in their life. Because they don't really have any enemies, because they don't carry any impact or significance in their own life, they create them. I guarantee all these people, obsessing over my tweets and taking my videos out of context, have never even watched more than a dozen of my videos. My takes are shockingly milquetoast. I don't know how many times, I'll probably be opening the call with, hey, thanks for taking my time. This is Jeremy. I just want to take a second and say, trans rights are human rights. This is like the level of discourse. Now, if they're open to me showing how this machine works, well, then I have all the information ready. Ultimately, it's my goal to use this opportunity to not really defend myself. My interest isn't to go in there on the defensive. My interest is to go in there on the educational side of things. What I need to understand, some of the things I need to understand are, all right, who am I allowed to critique? Because clearly, channels with 1 million subscribers live by a different set of standards. Am I allowed to critique somebody with 10,000 subscribers or not? Am I allowed to critique somebody with 100,000 subscribers or not? At what level am I allowed to? Because every time I critique a smaller creator, this becomes an issue. I will show them, as an example, the heinous tweets put out by one particular individual, that individual in which I critiqued. And I will ask them, do you think these tweets are racist? Point blank. Of course, they won't answer that. And I'll say, well, it is my opinion that they are. And that's what's in the video. Am I not allowed to make that video? Yes or no? I'm sure I won't get any straight answers, but I'm going to ask questions. There's no point in me running into that room, all fired up and on attack. Because, quite honestly, YouTube doesn't have to take this meeting. This is a courtesy to me. And I'm very thankful for that. But if I leave this meeting without a comprehensive understanding of what myself, my fellow content creators can critique, it will be a failure. I've already successfully defended myself against the campaign run by Zombie Kills and her ilk. YouTube made a public statement about it, saying I had broken no rules. No penalties were applied to any of my videos. That's one thing I will say. Very often, we slam YouTube, right? But at the end of the day, it's an amazing opportunity for me. It has afforded me so many great things. It's allowed me to staff employees. It's allowed me to meet all of you. And for the most part, they get their decisions right. Yes, every once in a while, they'll take down a video wrongfully. Or maybe I'll disagree with what they define as misinformation, right? But it's hard to think right now of a channel that has been subjected to targeted flagging campaigns more than mine in my immediate space. They've never got a single video taken down. Not one. Not one were they able to take down. Were they able to cost me some sponsors along the way? Yeah, but I replaced them. There's always somebody willing to buy ad space on a channel with an audience. There's always somebody willing to to invest in somebody's audience who is as great as mine, who will go out and support products. The point of this meeting is not to yell at YouTube and say, look at how you've wronged me. That would be a disaster. The point of this meeting is to, first and foremost, establish myself with them as somebody who is on their side. Somebody who does care about targeted harassment on YouTube. Because I do. I see it happening to my fellow creators and it goes ignored. It's my opinion that that's because of a certain political bias. Can I say that to YouTube? No. But what I can do is provide evidence. I can provide a document, which I'll send them, and say, this is how this works. Here's what's happening right now. Here's a perfect example, right? Your reviewers wrongly took down this video because they wrongly misrepresented this clip. This video should be restored. I have that all ready to go. And I'm hoping by providing concrete examples and not theories, we can make a change. I want YouTube to know that I would love to work with them as a resource so that they could understand what it's like for creators who have to endure this. Not everybody has 1 million subscribers that they can lean on, but they still have to face this kind of stuff. There's lots of smaller channels that have had to deal with this. They don't have the same resources that I do. They can't rally everybody like I did to go to my Subscribestar and back me there to help provide some buffer for lost sponsorships. And these are the creators I'm there to represent, not myself. I will establish myself with them, but I don't know how much of the meeting I'll be able to share with you on Friday, but I will share what I can. And I promise my fellow creators that I will be a good steward for us, and I will go in there with the correct mindset of bringing back actionable feedback from my fellow content creators while also establishing that there is a nefarious element that goes after creators and successfully that YouTube needs to look into. I might also bring up their broken copyright claim system, but that's if there's time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Wish me luck. We'll talk to you again real soon.